Yo, what's up guys? Today I got something a little bit different. This match is a part of a team tourney that is similar to SPL or POCL, but it's actually the HPL, the Hispanic Premier League. Now, disclaimer, I'm not actually Hispanic, don't tell them, but I'm friends with a good number of them, so they bid on me during auction and chose me for their team. I'm on a team called the Niggas Crew, got a bunch of friends on it, and actually many of the people that played in SPL are also in HPL as well. So it's not like there isn't any competition or anything like that. It's still pretty competitive, if I do say so myself. So for a while, I've sort of just been drifting there, and then all of a sudden I got a message that they want me to play UU, so I'm like, alright, you know what, let's do it. So I built a team here, the most offensive UU team I can come up with to break anything and everything imaginable. And so as you can see here, I do have a SD Mega Abomasnow, Dragon Dance for Alligator, SD Heracross, Spec Chandelure, Lead Aerodactyl, and Scarf Mence. And my opponent here has a team that is pretty balanced, I guess, with the Hippowdon and Polion Florges defensive wall core or something, and the other three Pokemon as his offensive Pokemon, or his, yeah, offensive Pokemon. And so going into this battle, I figured that I should just pressure him with my offensive Pokemon. I should be fine. Looking at my team, I do have a lot of Pokemon that can put in a lot of work, especially Mega Abomasnow and Feraligatr. So I'm going to go into this battle pretty confident, and let's just go ahead and see what happens. It's a really close match, really good battle. Hope you guys stick around for it, and hope you guys enjoy. So let me go ahead and see and play this battle and see what happens. So I'm going to lead off here with my Aerodactyl, him with his Hippowdon, and as you can see here, I just go right for the taunt. As he goes for the rocks, there's no reason for me to overpredict this or anything like that, so I can just get up my rocks turn 2 as he goes for the Ice Fang. Now, not wanting to fodder off his Aerodactyl just yet, I could save it for later perhaps, so I go into my Feraligatr here, take the Ice Fang, expecting him to want to switch here, not wanting to take a Waterfall or anything like that. I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance on this next turn as he goes into his Empoleon. Now, Dragon Dance Feraligatr, Sheer Force, Life Orb, nothing to be trifled with. And I can go for the Dragon Dance here on this, and on this next turn I can go for the Crunch, which is going to be a solid 2-hit KO here. But he ends up going for the Roar, phasing me out. So as you can see, that really did a lot of damage here. Now I get sent out into my Salamence here, and I'm going to switch out here, predicting him to want to switch into something else, to take a move from Salamence, and he ends up going into his Hippowdon here. Now I did a calc, assuming that his Hippowdon was fully physically defensive, that Chandelure, a Spec Chandelure, should have a really good chance of taking it out with a Fire Blast here. I was assuming that maybe his Empoleon or his Florges or something like that would be his specially defensive, and Hippowdon would be max, physical defense. So I did the calc thinking that, Fire Blast will be able to take this thing out. And as you can see on this next turn, I do go for the Fire Blast here. It only does about 79%, so I'm guessing he must have some specially defensive investment there. So he ends up getting his rocks here, and that's going to be kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter too much as long as I don't switch around a lot. And now I'm going to go for the Fire Blast again. He brings an arrow, it does miss, which is kind of unfortunate. It would have done around maybe 40 something percent. I mean, damage of course is crucial, so I'm just going to go into my arrow here just to sack it, because I don't really have much to switch in on this thing. He's going to go for Stone Edge, it just misses, and I'm just going to stay in once again as he goes for the Aerial Ace to take me out. And now that my Aerodactyl is gone, I mean, there's not really much, like, he probably is not going to get rid of his rocks or anything like that with Defog, so I'm just going to go into my Mence. He goes into Hippowdon here, and I go for the Iron Tail, knocking it out. I did the calc, I knew it would knock it out for sure. And I do get the attack boost here, so he's going to go into his Empoleon. It's not going to do much, it quad resists the Iron Tail, so I'm going to switch out here into my Chandelure to sack it. I could have gone into my Heracross on this Empoleon instead of sacking Chandelure, but I didn't really want to reveal right off the bat that I am a Toxic Orb SD set, because I wanted to try and catch his Florges off guard. So I'm predicting him to want to go into Florges. I go for the SD here, because Facade will be able to knock it out completely, but he just ends up going into Mence, so I'm kind of making some bad plays here. So he's going to be able to take me out with an Outrage here. I mean, he really has to go for it in order to not lose a Pokemon to my Heracross. So I'm just going to go into Abomasnow here. I can take out the Salamence with an Ice Shard because of course he is locked in and can't switch out or anything like that. So I can take out the Salamence. I'm already down 3 Pokemon, he still has 4 left, so I really got to play this well. I go for the Wood Hammer here expecting Focus Blast, but he doesn't seem to go for Focus Blast, and so I go for SD on this next turn. So I'm thinking like, okay, so maybe since he didn't go for Focus Blast, he probably doesn't have it, as you can see, he goes for Side Shock once again, so I'm not really sure if he has it or not. And I set up an SD, just go for the Wood Hammer here, take out Reuniclus, and what I do now is just pull a switch off into my Salamence here, of course as my Abomasnow dies from the recoil. And now on this turn is very crucial for me because it's a 50-50. If I go for I need to try and take out a Pokemon. I need to take out something on this turn in order for me to have a chance of winning. If I go for EQ here and predict him to stay in, I will be able to take out Empoleon. Or another 50-50 would be to go for Iron Tail, predicting Arrow to switch in, Aerodactyl. So let's see what happens here. Do I win the 50-50? Of course I win the 50-50. He goes into Aerodactyl here, and I go for the Iron Tail, and take out the Aerodactyl. So that's really good for me, because now all he does is bring in his Empoleon, as what I can do is just go ahead and fire off an Iron Tail here. Now the defense drop that you're about to see does not really matter too much, because I could just go for Crunch on this Empoleon, and even if he switched out or whatever, Florges would die to Waterfall in 2 hits, and I would still live a Moonblast. So I can just go here for the Waterfall, knocking out this Empoleon. Didn't really matter because Crunch also knocked it out as well, and he didn't plan on switching out. So now he brings in his Florges. The only way he could win is probably just to get a crit or something, but I go for the Waterfall here, guaranteed to a KO. He goes for the Moonblast, and I can just go ahead here and go for the Waterfall. Of course he goes for the Protect, trying to get some HP back, but it doesn't really matter because I did get a Min roll on that Waterfall, so it's going to be doing a lot more on the next turn. So that's going to be the game. As you can see here, his Protect fails, and that was a really close match, 1-0. I did kind of make some decently bad plays when I sacked Chandelure and then ended up sacking my Heracross as well, but I did come back from it with the nice prediction of my Salamence. So that's going to be the game here. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm not sure when the next video is going to be, but it'll be soon. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.